Running ads isn't the hard part. Anyone can learn to click buttons inside Ads Manager. That's not what gets you hired, respected, or paid like a top 1% paid media buyer. After 5 years in the game, what I've learned, especially from people like Dara Denny and Charlie T and others, top media buyers, is that real media buying happens before the first dollar is spent. If you want to break through the noise and become irreplaceable, these are the advanced skills and mental shifts no course is teaching, but the top media buyers all swear by. Let's begin with the foundation that separates amateurs from pros. Biggest advice I got from elite media buyers is stop thinking like a technician, start thinking like a marketer. That means building offers, not just ads, understanding funnel stages, not just placements, obsessing over psychology, not just click-through rate. Dara Denny said it best, be a marketer, not just a media buyer. The second I took this seriously, my client results and income changed completely. Let me give you a real example from one of my clients, Two-Step Performance. They had a top-selling product we were advertising, but the page didn't do it justice. Instead of launching more ads or scaling spend blindly, we focused on optimizing the offer. We rebuilt the entire product page using psychological triggers such as emotion, authority, social proof, risk reversal, post-purchase survey, asking customers why did they buy. The feedback was gold. It gave us the exact language to use in our ads and landing page, and the results, incredible. 80% increase in conversion rate, over $50,000 in additional tracked revenue, and a foundation to scale their top-selling product. We didn't scale by spending more. We scaled by thinking like marketers. So if you want to stand out, learn to craft offers, optimize pages, and speak to what the customer actually wants. All right, once you're thinking like a marketer, here's what to stack that top media buyers are mastering. You have to stack creative strategy. So think of hooks, scroll stoppers, knowing why a visual works or doesn't, analytics and reporting, giving insights, not just metrics. Your job isn't to report data, it's to translate data into decisions. Excellent client communication. The best media buyers don't wait to be asked, they lead. Lastly, AI fluency. I used ChatGPT and AI tools for copy, creative direction, ad insights. It saves hours and sharpens angles. Right now, I'm even working on an AI agent that helps me with reporting, so stay tuned for that video. If you're not learning these, you're competing with people who are. Now, let me tell you what accelerated everything for me. I started at $18 an hour as a digital media specialist for a commercial storage company after doing some free apprenticeships. If you want the full story on how I went from zero experience to landing my first digital marketing job, I'll link the video right here. Anyway, after that, I transitioned into working at a marketing agency, and that's where everything leveled up. It gave me volume on dozens of accounts, countless creative tests, and all the reps I needed to build confidence. Don't realize how much you don't know until you're managing 10 plus clients at once. Working inside an agency exposes you to what works across industries. You'll build speed, systems, and confidence fast. Almost every top media buyer I know started here. Of course, none of this matters if your creative sucks. Here's the truth. Media buying is 80% creative. Creative is the leading signal to performance. Here are some of the metrics top 1% media buyers recommend you view. It's the hook rate, hold rate, the click-through rate, the see more rate. If you want to create these custom metrics on Meta, I have a free resource you can download below. And tracking these metrics are great, but don't get too fixated on them and take a look at what really matters, which is if the business is growing, or even if a metric is low but you are seeing great results, keep running it. At Profit Pulse Media, my boutique's ads agency, we test weekly with AI tools and my team comes up with new ideas. For example, with KitKat Clock, one of our clients, we recently used UGC plus a custom AI song from Suno for the brand, and that 4x returns. A lot of it is testing, but also having a deep understanding of the audience. If you want to follow along with what I'm doing at my agency to get results, join my free school where I give all my experience away for free. Link will be in the description below. Once something starts working, the question becomes, how do you grow it without breaking it? And that's scaling. And scaling isn't just about spending more and seeing ROAS keep climbing. Of course, that's what like every client wants. It's about maintaining that performance while increasing volume. And oftentimes it has to do with the creatives. Depending on your budget, your creative testing frequency will change. But if your creatives are failing, it's not a budget issue. It's usually creative is not good enough. And so creatives is crucial. Okay, so once you've built the foundation, foundation, there's one thing that will multiply your opportunities as a media buyer. If you want better clients or a better job, document what you're learning. Dara literally doubled her salary from 75K to over 145K overnight by just sharing her thinking online. Don't have to be the loudest, just be consistent. I'll admit, I haven't been great at this, but I am changing that now. If you want to follow my content journey, follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram. So I would start small, share wins, share frameworks, and people notice if you're consistent and provide good content. So let me wrap this up with the most important mindset shifts I've seen in the best media buyers. What separates a decent paid media buyer from the top 1% is curiosity. They test what others assume. Obsession. They know every stat, every trend, every angle. Empathy. They understand humans, not just metric. That's the game. Media buying is part psychology, part strategy, and part creative leadership. Don't get me wrong, you do need to understand the ad platforms. You need to know how to structure accounts and place creatives the right way. If you want to learn more about how I structure accounts, you can join my free school in the link in the description below. That's where I teach the exact methodology we use here at the agency. Just help hit like and subscribe.